Good morning, everybody. I'm hoping you can all hear me okay. And just trying to get everything together. Here's our medicine for today. I'm just going to let a few moments. I'm feeling the need to start off with some prayer music and connecting. So when you log in, please make sure you check in. So I want to make sure I'm seeing comments. That way I get an idea where you're at. And even if you're seeing this on replay, please make sure you do engage, because I do check and it does help, even if you are watching on replay. So today we're going to be talking about the Earthkeeper. And before I go into that medicine, because I feel like what I experienced over the last few days might be connected. Okay. Good morning, Heather. So I'm glad I'm seeing comments. Yay. So as you know, as I said on Friday, I was having a pretty difficult week last week, and I think it's just a lot of change. And good morning, Heather. So a lot of change in a very short period of time. We look at between COVID, business changes, personal changes. I've had heart attacks and deaths and all these things, right, in a short period of time. And now I'm dealing with my mother and the care of the dogs. And of course, little Gracie did not want to use the potty outside all weekend. And that was quite challenging. And I was quite frustrated, to be honest with you. And I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Can you just make sure and let me know if you are hearing me okay? So, so Friday I got quite frustrated, and I want to make sure, so if we could just do a check on the sound too. And I went to go take her for a walk, and I was getting all frustrated that she wasn't using the potty outside, and this is what I found on my path. Okay, crow. So, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, so I need to look at things from a little different perspective, right? Not always coming from a place of head, but coming from a place of magic, right? And getting into that place. And then to Saturday, I think I may have ignored the crow medicine for a little bit, maybe because of a little bit of burnout. I'm recognizing. Good, I'm glad you can hear me okay. And so I went and took her out 5 times, and she pottied and piddled 3 times in the house. Actually, it wasn't my house. It was poor Arnie's house. So it was even worse, from my opinion. And I went to go take her out, and I was quite frustrated. I was quite like, wait a minute, you've been pottying outside all week. Why all of a sudden are you not, right? And the first stop, I found this. Karen Bilski, if you're on this, you'll see this is for you. Blue Jay. And then as I was walking about, I'm sitting there and I'm paying attention. I go, okay, Blue Jay medicine. To me, that's communication. That's about the connecting. The Blue Jays are linked to the crow family, so no coincidence that it came after crow. And probably I turned down the next street, and here's another one. Another Blue Jay feather. And here you see the black is stronger than the blue and the white. Here you see it's pretty balanced, minus the white. Well, the white's in the follicle here. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, so when I look at Blue Jay, I feel like the medicine here was, a blend, connecting and balancing, right, between the heavens and the earth, right, and also communication. So the white is about the heavens, the blue is about communication, and the black is about the earth, right? No coincidence that we're dealing with Earthkeeper medicine today, and we're going to be talking about this. Good morning, Beth. Nice to see you. And then yesterday, still frustrated, and I ended up sleeping a lot yesterday, like I did Thursday. It's probably my way of digesting, and this was the feather I found, a finch. So now each time when I came across these feathers, mourning dove, by the way, was very active, and mourning dove has been with me on and off throughout this entire journey to help me with the self stuff, the self-love, because each time the mourning dove was not together this time, it was separate, but it was cooing. So it was reminding me to stay grounded, reminding me of the earth magic and the earth medicine. okay, versus the heaven going out to spirit, even though this was coming in from a spirit type situation, right? So if you could just check in and let me know where you are, like what were your experiences over the weekend, and let me know, because what we're going to talk about today is the Earthkeeper medicine. We do talk a lot about aspects of this actually when we do Jikken and Reiki training, because in Jikken and Reiki is linked, the foundation and the roots to Jikken and Reiki come from very Shinto and Japanese Buddhist roots. Shinto is actually throughout Japanese culture, so every Japanese is raised Shinto. So it's very much along the lines of the Earthkeeper medicine that we're going to be talking about today. So if you're interested in learning more and you want to, we do have 2 spots left. And if you have taken Jikken and Reiki before and you want to have a refresher, we do have 2 spots available for this weekend. I'm keeping the class extra small, so to ensure that for everybody's safety. So, and good morning, Monica. Nice to see you here. Good morning, Lori. Glad you're here. So now the Earthkeeper, when I looked at the numbers, by the way, 18, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, the 1 and the 8. So it's here are new things with things in prosperity. Like if we want to draw up, and of course Mercury went direct yesterday. How many are feeling that? Okay, so with Mercury going direct and the gifts that COVID, if you've paid attention to them versus being distracted by them, have given us some gifts. So there's a lot of things happening that if we work with the Earthkeeper medicine today, moving forward, that we will be able to acquire the prosperity that we're actually seeking. So if you're struggling right now, emotionally, mentally, financially, whatever, and I'm in this pile with you guys, so we're all in this together. And because I'm sitting there going, how did I go from having like on track, probably the best financial status of where I was supposed to be in my business, on track, everything was going to hit. And then COVID hit, and I went from having the best year on track, to the worst in 10. So it's like boom, right? And then all these other things just start happening on top of it all. So the Earthkeeper medicine is reminding us that we are the co-creators of our world, right? We are the co-creators, right? And we kind of know this, right? We know this. But we have to remember that we are responsible for its well-being, meaning our great mother. And these are the signs that she has been giving us. And if COVID is part of it, whether you think it's a conspiracy or not, it doesn't take root unless there are other factors at play to make it take root. Okay, so these are the things. And some of the things that we talk about, like in Jikken and Reiki in the training, is about stewardship, because that's the root. Some of the roots to Reiki that's not taught in the West. It's the stewardship to our great Mother Earth and to all life, because we are the most evolved species on the planet, right? So, and again, like in the Jikken and Reiki training, it has to do with the Shinto root. So if you're drawn to that kind of teaching, then I would encourage you to learn this, because we go into that as far as aspects, but we also go into like the spiritual immunity and the spiritual medicine, which is rooted in Gokai, and the other things that I can't share with you, unfortunately, because then it would be a class. So this is a sacred dream. So this card is reminding us about the sacred dream of a planet, that all beings live in peace and where rivers and the air are clean. Now, there are a few groups that have been chiming this for a very long time, and those are the ancestors, the indigenous, that are rooted on this planet, that are still connected and still rooted on this planet, have we not? I want to think about like Standing Rock with the black snake and the oil, and how we just defeated that temporarily, but we have been we've defeated this because of unity and of races and tribes coming together, not feuding each other, but coming together for the sake of our great mother, right? And the watch party that I shared with you on Saturday, with more teachings from the indigenous and teachings of the water, right? And I want to think of like Poland Spring. One of them, we're talking about Poland Spring up in Maine, and how they took away the rights of the water for the people, and are destroying the ecosystems while they're at it to bottle in plastic water that is probably sitting in the sun and giving you poison because you think the water in the bottle is healthier than drinking out of your faucet. And if not drinking out of your faucet is not healthy, then I'm going to question, then what are you doing as a steward to ensure that the water coming out of your faucet is healthy? Because the water coming in the bottle is not going to be as healthy, okay? So one of the things that we look at in Shinto through the Japanese teachings is Miko, which is a female shaman. And the female shaman is the one that can connect with the gods. And in Japanese, it's kami. So here's the medicine that we're given. It's everything that we do. Remember, hear this out. Everything that we do affects and has impact for 7 generations. Okay, think about that. For 7 generations. So the invitation that we're being given right now is to dream big, but it's not living the old ways. I'm seeing people like, I just want to go back to normal. No, because that was unhealthy. Humans need to evolve, to become stewards again, to become the earth keepers again on this great planet. Okay? And so we need to be able to, so when we go into the meditation portion, we're going to go into the mantle, that fire in the belly of our great mother. And we're going to go there and we're going to learn how to take care of our home, our pets, the strays, everything from like the ants. The ants have a purpose. You may not like ants, and if you're killing ants in your house, you're missing the medicine. It doesn't mean they should be in your house, but just remember, if we are stewards, we need a healthy ecosystem. I'm taking this plant medicine class up in New Hampshire, and if you looked at this person's yard, you would think it was a weed patch, and you would want to spread herbicide and insecticide and Roundup to get rid of these weeds that are actually medicine. Everything from burdock to clover to yarrow, mullein. I can make a list. And we do this routinely because I'm seeing it where I am and I'm having a hard time. I'm going, okay, either the dog's pissed on it because it's all over in the dog park, so I can't use it as medicine. Plantain, another one, right? So, and what I noticed when I was in this ecosystem up in New Hampshire for this 6-month class that I'm taking is that the ants, the crickets, and everything else have a purpose to make sure that the plants are healthy as well. And we are doing a disservice by having all these green only lawns. Dandelion. Like I just ordered some dandelion because I don't have really a yard. So unfortunately the company, the condo that I live at has to put herbicide down and kills all the dandelions. So it's like, ugh. Dandelion is one of the most expensive things, even if you buy it from an organic farm. Well, you have it growing in your yard, and it has great medicine. All right, you can make it into teas and to tinctures and all these things. And anybody who wants some, I'm probably going to be making some and selling some. All right, so I'm learning how to do that now. And so, you know, but things I think are just like ants, because ants, if you remember, we were doing lives and ants somehow were coming out of the woodwork for us, right? And ants, I look at, they carry away, like the elephant, their dead. They carry away their dead. They, when I was up in New Hampshire last week, we were watching a spider, a white spider, eat and devour a bee. Okay, so there's medicine. Yeah, the bees have medicine for the garden, but so doesn't the spiders. So don't the ants. And we destroy a lot of this ecosystem. So what this card, the Earthkeeper, is reminding us to clean up our life, to clean up our yard. That in order to have a healthy system, it starts here. So we have parasites, we have bacteria that work on our behalf, that are microorganisms that eat, just like there's microorganisms that you see in the science when you watch the things on the whales and the sharks and all these little suckerfish that eat all the algae, right? We have that in our own system. And every time we take like antibiotics or pain medicine, we're killing that and we're destabilizing our system. So this is about cleaning up our life, cleaning up our yard, because this is a reflection of our relationship with our Great Mother, and to grow a sacred dream. When we can grow, and I'm getting goosebumps saying this, when we can grow a sacred dream of us being stewards, some things we can't change everything, but we all have something that we can change, right? How much plastic are you buying, right? That's a start right there. Are you buying a lot of prepared stuff instead of raw stuff? Because again, that's more trash. That's more stuff that is polluting our planet. So when we can grow a sacred dream, then our personal life will flourish. And this is no longer about me anymore. But it's different on the me aspect. I want to be clear about this. This me aspect isn't about like, well, I got this and this is what I want and this is what I need. No. Cleaning up our stuff and understanding that we are a piece to a larger puzzle to solve what is happening right here on this planet. And finding where you go and what your role is in the greater scheme is what it's about, right? Some of you have heard me talk about this. So let's go into some meditation and let's go into what that looks like. So let's call in, right? Let's call in, let's ground. So let's start with the Gokai, putting our hands together, again like this. And we're just going to recite real quickly, just kind of center and start before we go into the meditation. Kyo dakiwa, ekaro na, shimpai suna, kanchaste, kyo hagabe, etoni shinsetsu ni, kyo dakiwa, ekaro na, shinpai suna, kanchaste, kyo hagame, etoni shinsetsu ni, kyo dakiwa, ekaro na, shinpai suna, kanchaste, kyo hagame, etoni shinsetsu ni. So now take a deep breath, bringing it into center. With the exhale breath out, exhale that mist that we talk about, that mist that comes from the fire of the belly. And within this mist, you're going to journey and you're going to connect with that great mother. Breathing in to the belly. And not only going to exhale out this time with the mist for the visual, but you're also going to breathe out through the feet, feeling those roots ground, feeling those roots go deep into our Great Mother, through the bedrock, through the mantle, and into the heartbeat that stirs up within our Great Mother. And breathing that back in, back through the feet, back out the mouth, and then through the mist. And within this mist, I want you to feel, just be, feeling all that is. That might be hard for some of you, and for others, maybe not so hard. But with each time, I want you to keep focusing on this breath, breathing into the center, breathing out for the mist, breathing down into the core, growing the roots connected and solidly rooted into the mantle, and breathing that back up through the legs, through the feet, and out and through the mist, and recycle that again. And as you're breathing, the invitation is for us to focus on what we can do now. What is it that you can clean up in your reality, starting with your health and the temple being of who you are? With the body, with the mind, and with the spirit. What is toxic? What needs to be healed? what needs to be loved, what needs some medicine, what needs change. Keep focusing on the breath, and any resistance that you might find. Take note of it. Don't analyze it right now. Just keep focusing on that breath. And as we care for our vessel, and as we care for our body and our mind and our spirit, we also show care for our Great Mother because we are the vessel connected to her. And we begin the stewardship, beginning with our health, our mental health, our spiritual health, and our physical health. Where is it that you are strong? And where is it that you need some more stewardship, some more nurturing? Maybe a little more love, maybe some releasing, maybe some composting of the old wounds. Breathing in and breathing out. What is it that the mist, connected to our Great Mother, connected to the ancestors of all that is, has to say? Breathing in and breathing out. Do you need to grow plants? Do you need to be connected to the plants more? Allow to receive whatever it is that you need to receive. Honoring the blessings of what our Great Mother is here to show us. And with the next breath, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in that mist back into the belly. And exhaling back out to the feet, down to the earth, to the mantles, to the core. Thanking our Great Mother for all that is and all that she is showing us and all that will be. Honoring the flow of life and breathing that breath in through the feet and all the lessons that she is teaching us at this moment and in our core. Breathing out and breathing in the rest of that mist back into our tandem, back into our core and into our center. With another breath, saying thank you, thanking our ancestors, thanking our Great Mother, thanking Father, Son, and all that is and all that shall be, for showing us what needs to be seen, for showing us the unheard, what needs to be heard, for us to sense what we are not sensing. Filling our bodies with gratitude and love. Breathing that in and exhaling out. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes and move your hands and move your feet and share with us your experience. We forgot to do the energy scale in the beginning, and my apologies. I just felt today was some big medicine I wanted to share in the short period that we had. So make sure that when you come on to definitely check your energy before you come if you know the routine. And then come on. So let's just see where you're at. Breathing in. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, your hands, and your feet. The medicine for today is really showing how well we are being stewards for our own temple. And that the food we eat, for even example, is either poison or it's medicine. We either grow food or we fill our lawns with pesticide, herbicide-filled lawns. So we can grow blackberries and raspberries and lavender and yarrow and dandelions, and it should be all okay, and it's all medicine. Or we can turn it over to the corporations like Maine did, to companies like Poland Springs, where now they have no more rights. So check in and let me know how you're doing, what showed up for you in that quick meditation. And if you're finding these wonderful and you like these meditations and stuff, host a watch party, share, because that's how you can share, is by hosting a watch party on your page. You can make a donation through Venmo or PayPal. You can also do a Google rating. I can use some Google ratings. I think I only have one for the business. Or you can also do a rating on Facebook, on the Facebook pages. And we also have the Chicken and Reiki training coming up this coming weekend. Wednesday is the last day to register. And we're going to go out with a song. And if you know the words, you can sing it with me. If not, that's okay too. Okay? So this is Ancient Mother, and we're going to do this. I don't have, so please bear with me with my voice. I'm not a professional singer, but Facebook has been limiting the songs that I have been able to play and censoring it that way as well. So I'm trying to do this a different way. All right, so here we go. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your sound. Ancient Mother, I hear your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your sound. Ancient Mother, I hear your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears. So what I'd like you to do, since we forgot to start, we will end. Let's just scan the body on a scale of 1 to 10. And I'm not seeing any comments unless I'm missing them regarding the meditation portion. I think I am missing them. Yeah. Okay, so I will definitely get to those. So in September, I'm going to be halting off. In August with any classes, including virtual, unless you guys prefer it. We're going to have to see. But right now, my intuition is guiding me to plan for the fall. I'm going to be relaunching the self-care for the empath during times of crisis. And we're going to be extending it from 5 weeks to 8 weeks, based on the first one we did, to encompass and make sure that everybody gets what they need. So, and we're going to be launching the Bless Your Junk also in September, which is going to be a 1-day virtual class. And I might even do it with a virtual class with an in-person ceremony, maybe at a park where it's outside for an hour or two. We're going to see how the seasons go. If not, we'll do it virtually. And we will just have to figure out how to plan and help you guys get the certain supplies to make sure that it all goes unhitched. Okay, so and that's about how to take all that stuff in the shadows and compost it into our superpowers. So that's a 1-day class. That's usually about 4 or 5 hours, but what I'm learning about the virtual classes is that sometimes it's more than 4 hours. So it's basically probably going to turn out to be a full day because of the content that I'm putting in there for you. And any questions, we will address those. So definitely let me know. That song brings me to tears, and had to go outside to get this moment of peace. A little less agitated though. Good, I'm glad. And I had a crazy evening last night. Came home from the grocery store to a broken door lock. Oh boy. And he couldn't get in. So yeah, a lot of stuff happening. So and I'm seeing people going, when is this going to end? And I just want you guys to be real. This is not easy, okay? And then the forecast that I put out there for 2020 is a work year. This is about us balancing all that egoic stuff, and we're dealing with a millennia of it. It's dealing with our karmic debt. It's dealing with not being the Earthkeepers. We have gotten so disconnected from our Great Mother, and this is about how do we become stewards again. And we all have different skills. You know, some of us will become farmers, some of us become nurturers, right? So it's all finding what our piece of the puzzle is. Some of us, like I did at Arnie's house, 6 o'clock this morning, I was planting ashwagandha and tulsi so I can make tinctures and teas in Arnie's yard this morning at 6 a.m. It's late in the season. Will they take? I am not sure, but we will see. So this is about planting, and he doesn't really have a yard, so I put him in planters because he's got bigger area for planters than I do. So this is what we do, right? It's how do we, if we don't have a yard, it's finding a way to make a yard, even if you don't have one. Planters, potters, indoor plants. How do we make it indoor? You know, that's where permaculture, there's things, and I'm still learning about that, how to turn an inside environment into a place of growing medicine, okay, and plants indoors if you don't have an outdoors and you're in an apartment setting, okay? So it's all these different things. So it's understanding this. I will spread this message in my class tonight. Good. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. So yeah, and even do a watch party if you feel comfortable, you know, with your friends and loved ones. That would be great. So I'm thankful for you guys being here. If you like these, please help me out. Make a Venmo donation. Doesn't have to be a lot. Can be just a couple dollars. If everybody, we got 700 and something people in this group, and if everybody donated $1 or $2 a week, I'd be fine. My bills would be getting paid. So, because I'm limited on how many people I can see in person every week still because of restrictions. So I'm not there yet, and I'm in there with all of you. But if we all did something, then it's reciprocity, and we all benefit. And I'm very grateful to you. I will keep doing these as long as you guys are still showing up, and you guys are still engaging, and you guys are still, even if this is on replay, still comment, because then I know you guys are getting it. I don't know if you're seeing it if you guys aren't engaging. All right? It really, really does make an impact. So go out today. Today's a big day. Just hopefully just see as you go through the day what your impact is. So the things that you buy, the things that you eat, the things that you put in your body. Is it medicine or is it poison? Maybe a good place to start. All right. I had one client that I did that with, and she's making all kinds of breakthroughs right now. And she's like, Laura, just that alone. She goes, I'm so conscious now about what I put in my body when before I wasn't. Okay, so they've got a severe intestinal disorder. So and the doctors weren't helping. So and they also come from a healthcare background, so they're learning about how to employ things. They go, maybe you're not supposed to do, you know, this particular type of healthcare. Maybe it's going to be more infused because when you work with patients, this is how it works, right? All right. So this is what it's all about. All right. Thank you for this journey today. Thank you for joining me. I will see you Wednesday, if not sooner. Have a great day. Arigato gozaimashita.